Alright, this is Batgirl issue 26. It has got a cover here, so if you are a fan of covers, well, this comic has definitely got one. I'm not going to be talking about the writer again, cause last time it felt a bit like I was a little girl, like a high school drama queen. But I still do stand by the notion that threatening to block someone for supporting your book because you have made your own assumptions about them is insane and unprofessional. This issue sees Batgirl pursuing this villain. He is called Grotesque and he is on a motorbike here, so they're having a motorbike chase. He is an art thief and a murderer. You can see there he kills people and he rearranges their body and stuff to make it look like a bit of weird art. I will admit, a bit of a cliche idea, but it is fine. We've got really good art and writing in this. She's on her motorcycle chasing him. And then we get a small flashback establishing some little character bits about her. But the most interesting aspect of the whole issue is she fights Grotesque and she is pummeled by him. Like, really defeated. And it's interesting to see Barbara defeated like this, cause when was the last time this character has been allowed to look weak? Before this run, she had been co-opted for a series of stories about grassroots feminist agenda and female empowerment, and as such, she was depicted as flawless and perfect to push those viewpoints. She was terrible. She was smarmy, self-congratulatory, really annoying. And 2 issues into this run, we see Barbara at some of her lowest. Definitely her lowest since Gail Simon. And this is a great way to make people actually care about the character again. We see her struggle here. We see her get beaten. We see her actually resemble a human being with her emotional responses to this and her vulnerability. So now we all want, naturally, we want to see her turn this around. We have seen her fail, so now we are more invested in seeing her come out of it on top. We want to see her come out with a victory. We want to see her fight Grotesque again, and this time turn the tables and defeat him as badly as he defeated her. Classic storytelling idea, really. Advert here for Batman's Cock, the graphic novel, and there, look, utterly defeated. In fact, she barely survives it. And as I said, it is a fantastic way to revitalise the character. She had been so faultless and annoying in the runs before, as I said, because if she was shown to be weak or flawed, that would invalidate the opinions and viewpoints that they were having her voice. She was written basically just as a representative of the writer's beliefs rather than an actual character. This, though, her defeat, it is similar to Daredevil Reborn Again, the story by Hank Miller. In that, Hank Miller, he puts Daredevil through his greatest defeat to show how he can rise above it and be a hero and defeat the baddie. The thing was, Reborn Again was actually meant to be like the last Daredevil story. They were gonna wrap up the book after it. They were gonna cancel it, but it revitalised the character so well and it sold so good that they opted to just keep it going. Obviously, this isn't anywhere near Reborn Again, but that is not an insult. This is still really good stuff. She's even struggling mentally. Her memory, which is normally dead good, well, it isn't being good. I've got a good memory, but that is because of all the autism. This also obviously lends to her getting a new costume, because she was beaten up and her costume was pretty much destroyed in the process. So next issue she gets a new costume. And it's not just having her defeated that develops character for Batgirl. These downtime moments continue to actually flesh her out as having personality and quirks and little contradictions. And again, before this, she was just a megaphone for the writer's voice. She was infallible and smug and annoying. Here, she is sneaking into her dad's office, Gary Oldman, and the inner monologue points out that she actually hates fooling people and playing up her familial connections, but she regrettably has to do it sometimes. Here, she flirts with this guy, and again, we're told she doesn't like being flirty to trick men into helping her, but again, she sometimes has to do it. Another element is, I'll probably talk about this more in the next issue, we have her, she was crippled for years, and here we have got the idea that during her fight with Groot-esque, she was so badly hurt that her offensive magic cure that Gail Simon invented, well, that is now failing, so she might end up in a wheelchair again. That's the cliffhanger, the threat that she might end up in a wheelchair again. As I said, I probably will talk more about this character and her disability and the offensiveness of Gail Simon undoing her disability, because girl power and that, in the next video. There we have got Shane Jordan Meatloaf. He's talking about redesigning the character's costume. This is her new costume, even though she doesn't wear it in this issue, it's in the next issue. He does the cover as well. This comic though, they are really firing on all cylinders with this one, and it is a shame that most people have just been put off Batgirl entirely for what has come before this. This run is probably the best Bat book on the shelves. I rate this 7 thumbs up.